Go ahead.
So you want me to pay you $30 million to play 30 games? Hell no.
Right.
No. 80 games is fine, because I did it, Jerry West did it, Kareem did it, Magic did it, Bird did it, Bernard King, like all the great legends before us did it.
You play basketball 2.5 hours a day, 3 hours a day, right? That's your job. That's what you get paid to do as an NBA player. What are you doing the other 21 hours? I mean, to me, that's when you should be preparing for your next day of work.
The NBA was shaken by a moment no one expected. Shaquille O'Neal delivered a blunt reality check that cut straight through today's basketball culture, exposing what many fans see as a lack of genuine commitment. When the dust settled, stars like LeBron James and Kevin Durant seemed uncomfortably close to the truth Shaq laid bare, brushing it off with laughter instead of reflection. The timing made it even more explosive. While Shaq was publicly challenging players to actually show up and compete, LeBron and KD were casually mocking past legends on a podcast. The very pioneers whose sacrifices built the league that now funds their billion-dollar empires. The controversy ignited when Shaq was asked about load management, the modern trend of skipping games to preserve health. His response was honest, emotional, and unfiltered. Why should anyone pay superstar money for part-time effort? That single line carried decades of frustration. Shaq then pointed to the old guard, Jerry West playing through serious injuries, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar enduring punishing seasons without modern recovery tools, and Magic Johnson and Larry Bird battling every night for salaries that today wouldn't match a role player's contract. It was a reminder of a tougher era and a direct challenge to today's stars.
Artis Gilmore told me one time, he played for Chicago, he said, if you expect to play a long time in this league, you better quit mopping up the floor. And I thought, well, he's crazy, because that's what basketball is all about.
Bird takes it away from Wilkins, goes to the floor and gets it up ahead.
We come to practice, he's on one leg. Like he was hurt the second year, he was on one leg the whole year and played 82 games. Wow. And so he practiced every day and he played every game on one leg. And so you're like, man, MJ, why don't you just sit up? How can I be the leader of the team and sit out and y'all going through all the credit? I gotta be there.
I twist my ankle, and I had a teammate, David Greenwood. He says, you twist your ankle, young fella, come over and sit with me. This is, you need to. I said, no, man, I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play. I want to win. I want to.
These were the fighters who laid the foundation of the NBA's global dominance. When Shaq was asked whether the season simply demands too much from today's players, his response was ruthless in its simplicity. No. If past generations endured it, then the current one should too. The message was clear. Complaining about playing basketball while earning life-altering money rings hollow. The legends competed under brutal conditions, limited medical care, exhausting travel, cramped planes, and paychecks that wouldn't come close to covering a modern superstar's luxury lifestyle. Yet they showed up night after night. No excuses, no theatrics, just accountability and pride in the game.
You play basketball 2.5 hours a day, 3 hours a day, right? That's your job. That's what you get paid to do as an NBA player.
The backlash didn't take long. Draymond Green stepped up to defend the culture of sitting out, framing missed games as strategy rather than avoidance. Austin Rivers followed with the familiar dismissal, laughing it off and suggesting the older generation paid the price with broken-down bodies. But that argument only fueled the outrage. What it really sounded like was justification, turning privilege into victimhood. Millionaire athletes preaching self-care while fans drained their savings just to watch them play. Body preservation became the shield, even as accountability disappeared. Somehow, earning $50 million a year to play basketball was being treated like a hardship instead of the opportunity it is.
Playing basketball for a living, okay? I understand if you're working in a coal mine, that you may need a rest day after it. You're playing basketball.
Even Nikola Jokic wasn't immune to the moment. When the topic of mandatory games came up, his reaction was casual, almost indifferent, brushing off the idea as something he didn't really care for. That response only added fuel to the fire. For many fans, it sounded less like honesty and more like detachment. Another superstar treating availability as optional. Coming from one of the league's faces, it reinforced the growing belief that showing up has become negotiable, not expected.
Definitely forcing players to play. We saw what happened with Joel. But it's something that probably league wants to.
In other words, he was openly admitting that players should compete only when they feel like it. And that's exactly the issue Shaq was calling out. A new era of entitlement has taken hold, players earning contracts large enough to fund entire communities, yet complaining about the responsibility that comes with them. Salaries have skyrocketed, supermax deals now reach staggering levels, and still fans show up to arenas only to learn their favorite stars are resting despite being perfectly healthy. It's the equivalent of buying front-row tickets to a concert, only for the artist to decide they don't feel like performing that night. But the controversy didn't stop there, it escalated. While Shaq was delivering a hard truth about accountability, LeBron James was hosting Mind the Game alongside Kevin Durant and Steve Nash. Instead of reflecting, the conversation drifted towards subtle shots at Michael Jordan. Durant questioned how long greatness can stay motivating after years of success, hinting that sustained comfort matters more than relentless dominance. LeBron's reaction said plenty: a smirk, a quiet laugh, a knowing nod. The implication was clear: longevity over obsession, balance over fire. Then came the line that drew the sharpest contrast of all: it's just basketball. That sentence exposed the divide. For the legends, basketball was life itself. For much of the modern era, it's something closer to a flexible commitment. Shaq's words didn't just spark debate, they highlighted a cultural shift. Because basketball turned LeBron James from a kid in Akron into a global icon and billionaire power broker. And yet it was brushed off as just a game. Michael Jordan would never have spoken that way. When Jordan talked about basketball, it carried intensity, purpose, and obsession. He played every night as if it defined him, because it did. To MJ, the game wasn't a job, a platform, or a lifestyle choice. It was war. Every possession mattered. Every night meant something.
3 hours a day, right? That's your job. That's what you get paid to do as an NBA player. What are you doing the other 21 hours? I mean, to me, that's when you should be preparing for your next day of work.
Why is ring culture so much more?
Larry Bird once told a story that perfectly exposes the divide between eras. Artist Gilmore warned him, "If you want to last in this league, stop diving for loose balls." Bird looked at him like he'd lost his mind. To Bird, that was basketball, sacrificing your body, chasing every possession, emptying the tank every single night. He understood something many modern stars don't. The game was never about preserving yourself for year 20. It was about giving everything you had while you still could. That's why Bird's career lasted just 13 seasons. That's why Michael Jordan played 13 full campaigns. They burned out chasing banners, not coasting toward retirement. They played through pain for championships, not comfort, brands, or balance. Contrast that with today. LeBron James is already laying the groundwork for more load management. Asked whether playing all 82 games is still realistic, he said, "That's a goal, but we'll see." Translation: expect rest days. He's planting the seed now so no one questions it later. Jordan never spoke that way. He once said, "You play basketball 3 hours a day. That's your job. What are you doing the other 21? That mindset says everything. Jordan understood being in the NBA wasn't a burden, it was a privilege. Fans pay hard-earned money just to see you play. The least you can do is show up. And Jordan lived that belief. He said he played for the fan in the top row, the one who might have spent money he didn't have just to be there. He even cared about the fans who booed him. When asked if it bothered him, Jordan said yes, because he wanted to shut them up with his performance. That's pride. That's accountability. Even players from the next generation understood it. Tracy McGrady once said there was no chance he'd sit out when Kobe, Allen Iverson, Paul Pierce, or Vince Carter came to his building. Skipping those matchups would have been disrespectful to the game, the fans, and himself. That respect is what's missing today. And here's the part LeBron and Durant hope never gets mentioned. That so-called baseball jab. When KD smirked and said, "Some people go play baseball," it wasn't harmless. It mocked one of the most painful chapters in sports history. Michael Jordan didn't walk away because he was bored. His father was murdered on July 23, 1993. James Jordan was shot, robbed, and left in a swamp. The man who shaped MJ's life, who believed in him, who dreamed of seeing his son play baseball, was gone. So Jordan stepped away from basketball to honor his father's dream. At the peak of his power, fresh off a third straight championship, he walked away not for money, not for comfort, but for grief and love. So when Durant smirks and LeBron laughs along, they aren't joking. They're dismissing one of the most human moments in sports history. And let's be clear, Jordan didn't leave after failing. He didn't quit after getting swept. He walked away on top, after a three-peat that Magic, Bird, and Isaiah never achieved. He left as a champion, carrying unimaginable pain, still giving everything he had to the game his father loved. That's the difference. Jordan didn't just play basketball. He lived it. He bled for it. The irony is brutal. The loudest critics of Michael Jordan are guilty of everything he never was. Kevin Durant made what many still call the weakest superstar move in NBA history in 2016. After losing to the 73-win Warriors, he joined them. A team with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, 3 All-Stars who didn't need saving. Fans called it spineless, and it's hard to argue otherwise. When things got tough in Brooklyn, Durant demanded out again and fled to Phoenix. Every time the heat rose, he disappeared. Yet he's comfortable questioning Jordan's competitive fire. Please. LeBron's path isn't much different. When Boston blocked him in Cleveland, he didn't stay and build, he left. Took his talents to Miami to form a super team with Wade and Bosh. When that window closed, he bolted back to Cleveland. When pressure mounted again, he packed up for Los Angeles. Every challenge triggered an exit. He doesn't rebuild, he relocates. And these are the same players laughing at Jordan's sacrifices. Charles Barkley said it best. Today's stars hide behind analytics and agents. What they're really chasing is longevity. More years means more money, hundreds of millions more. That's the real strategy. Jordan never chased longevity. He chased greatness. Every season, every night, his goal was domination. He didn't care about year 20. He cared about being the best alive that night. Put the numbers side by side. Jordan played 15 seasons, 13 full ones. In that span, 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs, 5 regular season MVPs, 10 scoring titles, 9 all-defensive first-team selections. That's not just greatness. That's sustained perfection.
I believe that an NBA player could make $1 million. And now these guys are so lucky and blessed, and they can't play basketball 3 or 4 days a week. And I know they hide behind all the analytical bullshit from their agents and people like that. What they're really trying to do is extend their career. The way the money's been and going, it depends on who you are. You're going to be able to make another 50, 70, $100 million and probably more going forward if you can extend your...
Now stack that against LeBron James and Kevin Durant combined. Nearly 40 seasons between them, 4 full decades of NBA basketball. And what does it add up to? 6 championships, 5 MVPs, 6 finals MVPs, 5 scoring titles. And here's the part nobody likes to mention. Only 5 all-defensive first-team selections total between the two of them. After almost 3 times the years, they still couldn't match what Michael Jordan accomplished in barely over a decade. Double the time. Half the dominance. Fast forward to October 2025. Michael Jordan sits down for NBC's Insights to Excellence and gets asked about load management. His answer is pure truth, no spin. He says it shouldn't even exist. He never wanted to miss games because fans worked hard for those tickets. He wanted to impress the person sitting way up top, the one who might have spent money they didn't really have just to be there. That's hard. Jordan respected every fan in the building, even the ones booing him. He once said he wanted to shut them up with his performance. He didn't run from pressure, he fed on it. Then he brought up the 1997 finals. Game 5 in Utah. The flu game. Jordan was violently ill, shaking, barely able to stand. He skipped warm-ups entirely, stepped onto the floor, and dropped 38 points. The Bulls won. After the buzzer, he collapsed into Scottie Pippen's arms, completely emptied. When asked why he played, Jordan said he was going to find a way onto the court, even as a decoy, because once you're competing, anything can happen. The moment, the emotion the teams need, it pulled everything out of him. That's not toughness. That's competitive DNA. Jordan played all 82 games 6 different seasons, and at least 80 games in 9 years. The only times he didn't were because of a broken foot, a mid-season return, or his final years in Washington. Compare that to today, where stars brag about playing 60 games and call it commitment. It got so bad the NBA had to step in and create a rule: play 65 games or you're not eligible for MVP or All-NBA honors. Think about that. Grown men needing a rule just to show up. The league finally admitted what fans already knew. The product is suffering because the stars aren't playing. Jordan never needed a rule. He didn't just play basketball, he lived it, breathed it, and bled for it. That's the difference between a legend and a brand. The generational gap has never been wider. Jordan's era believed in honoring the game, respecting the fans, and giving everything every single night, through pain, travel, and pressure. Today's stars believe in body preservation, career extension, and maximizing earnings. It's not about love anymore. It's about protecting the brand. Sure, science says rest helps recovery. Yes, players today are bigger and faster. But let's not pretend it's tougher. Jordan's era faced hand checks, elbows, hard fouls, and real contact. They got knocked down, wiped the blood, and kept coming. Today's players have private chefs, recovery chambers, personal trainers, and still complain like the grind is unbearable. Shaq's generation built this league brick by brick. They turned basketball into a global empire. They fought for better pay, better travel, and better treatment. And now modern stars live off that legacy, cash those massive checks, and act like the grind is beneath them. Every advantage imaginable, yet more complaints than ever. And here's the real kicker. Even the league's own research has found no clear link between load management and fewer injuries. So why keep doing it? Because it's not about science. It's about comfort. It's about avoiding competition. That's exactly what Shaq called out. A soft mindset dressed up as smart strategy. So yes, Shaquille O'Neal put LeBron James and Kevin Durant on blast. Not just for sitting games, but for exposing what's broken in modern basketball. He reminded the world what Real legends stood for: Jordan, Bird, Magic. They didn't dodge competition. They didn't take maintenance days. And they didn't laugh at tragedy for podcast content. They respected the game. And they respected the fans who made them rich. Meanwhile, LeBron and KD run to super teams when things get hard, sit when they're tired, mock the greatest player ever, and then argue that longevity with fewer wins somehow equals greatness. That's not evolution. That's delusion dressed up as confidence. This debate isn't ending anytime soon. But one truth is unshakable. When it comes to dedication, respect, and love for the game, Shaq and Jordan stand on one side of history, while LeBron and Durant stand far on the other. And no amount of podcasts or PR spin will change that. As Shaq just said what everyone's been afraid to admit, hit that like button. Drop your take in the comments. Who really honors the game today? And if you want more unfiltered truth about what's happening in basketball, subscribe, share, and stay locked in. This story isn't over.